Flight Sports. I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got a lot of things to discuss involving the Charlotte Hornets, Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. Listen, Kai Jones is a massive situation brewing. He just had to step away from the team indefinitely. We all know he's just been running rampant all over social media. It's damn near like he lost his mind. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Jones, but they're going to have to rectify the situation. Believe it or not, I am ecstatic that they have removed this guy, because what you got to understand is it's go time for LaMelo. It's go time for the Charlotte Hornets. They do not need to be involving themselves in any foolishness headed into training camp, headed into this season. It's all business. They got to get to the postseason. I feel like Kai Jones was kind of bringing some of that nasty baggage from the past. It's time to get some stuff in from the new. I want to get multiple perspectives. I got Chief Bartrand in the building. We getting geared up for Hornets basketball. Bartrand, what's going on? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm very good, man. Things are
Right.
doing good, man. The platform is growing, Old friends have come back, So,
Yeah.
man, we good over here, bro. We good.
Absolutely. So let's get straight to business. You see what's going on with Mr. Jones. The Hornets removed him. Clifford was, seeming like he didn't know what direction it was going to go with him, but clearly it was some friction happening. These social media posts have not went over so well. What was your thoughts when you got the news, and what's going on with Kai Jones?
When I first got the news, I wasn't surprised because, like, this is a new regime, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the old regime. This ain't the old regime. And I'm not saying that to throw anything onto the old regime. But when new people come in, I said this a few times when it first started. I said, Kai Jones, this ain't the time for this foolishness because you have new people, a whole new ownership. So that means that there's going to be changes from the top down. It happens. It's natural, right? So some of the because some of the Charlotte fan base I talk with sometimes they'll DM me sometimes because I'm a Lamelo guy, but I've earned the respect of the fan base as well. So the fan base will share certain things with me, and one of the brothers told me, he said, Kai Jones started this when PJ was resigned. When PJ was resigned, that's when Kai began to show out, right? And it's like, okay. So, and of course, when he came in, he was said he'd be the next Giannis and all that stuff. And I think something that got through his head. Young bigs, man, it's like when Kai Jones was doing that Sham God, he was showing highlights of him doing the Sham God. Then he lately he posted a video of himself, all his highlights, right? Garbage time and G League highlights that was pointed out. Sometimes Miles Bridges told him to get his ass off of social media, and he should have stuck with what Miles said to him, you know, and work himself into a role. He's a big man with bounce. That is more his production close to the basket, dunking the ball, rebounding, blocking shots, protecting his house is more important than him putting up from the left away from the basket. But if in his mind he believed that's what his game is, and if he's unwilling to accept a role in the beginning so that he can show his other skill, he has to get in first, man. You can't jump in and say, I want to do all this stuff from the beginning. And sometimes he looked lost out there because he was trying to do too much instead of starting on the basic things and going further. And now it's come to bite him in his behind because he decided this year to act up or whatever he was doing, whether it's real, whether he was trolling. This ain't a good look because within the larger context of this flight, the Charlotte Hornets have a reset. They want the fan base to focus on the reset, right? They want the fan base to focus on LaMelo Ball getting the contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're also handling delicately the PR of bringing Miles Bridges back. That alone is going to keep them busy all this year. That right there. This ain't no
I
time for
totally
calculation.
agree with I totally agree with that. I want to get into Mr. Jones because he's acting a damn fool. He's only averaged 3 points, 2 rebounds. I don't really think he is giving himself a real basis for really acting crazy. I mean, what are you looking for? What are you upset about? You were in the summer league. It's not a good look to continue to. You see other players looking like they're taking the next stride in his class, and he's not doing that. And I think something's wrong with that. I don't know what's going on. With the developmental, I don't want to just cast aspersion on the Hornets, but I think that they're moving in a different direction with their young talent. I like the people that they got now, the Nick Smith Jr.'s, the Amari Baileys, even the Brandon Millers. I think these young guys want to come in and work, and I think they need to get rid of some of the nasty baggage like the Book Knights of the world or the Joneses. Everybody don't have to agree with this, but I just feel like they're not progressing at the trajectory that I think that these new guys will be. The Charlotte Hornets, they were at the bottom of the goddamn pulpit. They finished 27-55. That has to change. What's your thoughts on that?
Yes, I think particularly for James Bouknight, a new team I think would do him some good. I think it would do him some good. He can come in and have a fresh start. The Borrego experience, I think, really kind of shook him. You see what I'm saying? So I see for James is I think for him it'd be good for him to go to another squad. They are overloaded at guard now in Charlotte. So between James, you got Nick Jr., you got Amari Bailey, and even Bryce McGowans, and even Cody Martin. All of that is with the guards. Although Cody and I think Bryce can play a little three, but still, that's a lot of guards, a lot of mouths to feed. Somebody is going to be left out. And I don't see a lot of PR on James Bouknight. So to me, that says that the fan base, they're not creating an expectation for the fan base to be looking for him because they're not doing any PR on him. I've seen PR on Amari Bailey. I've seen PR on Nick Smith Jr. A few. I've seen one little thing on Bryce McGowans. I haven't seen anything on James Bouknight. And Flight, I haven't seen no PR on Kai Jones either.
You're right about that. Clearly, it's looking like they may be wanting to move in a different direction. I think that the Charlotte Hornets, at some point during this season, a trade could arise. You do have guys like, obviously, the Gordon Haywards. We don't know what's going on with Terry. It could be a situation where you have to attach somebody. I think, maybe to move some, maybe a Gordon Hayward, maybe got to bring one of these young guys along to facilitate a deal or something. And I think they need to get some of these young people out just to clear the way. That's just my opinion. I
Breaking
didn't like
news,
young talent, but I'm starting to like it now.
Breaking news, Flight. Did you see that article that Rob Boone put out today? You didn't see it?
Nah, what happened?
Rob Boone put out an article today. He's the mouthpiece for Charlotte, the sports mouthpiece for the Hornets. And in fact, I'm going to respond to that article. I'm going to respond to that article. I'm probably going to do it during media day tomorrow. But he was talking about how Gordon and Terry, talking them up, and they've been the best players in scrimmage and all this other stuff. So Clifford is talking up Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. He's talking them up, bro. He is talking them up.
Well, we got to figure out whether it's legitimate or do they want to work a trade down the line.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Right. You gotta hype the asset up.
That's right.
You gotta let it be known these are untouchables. They ain't going nowhere. You get Terry, you better come with the mother load. That's what they're trying to let the league know. When really they're ready to unload this man. But go ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna talk him up. They got to see, and this is why I was telling some of the Hornet fan base and some of the brothers who came through who wanted Gordon and Terry to come off the bench. I said, no, that's not happening. I said, number one, that's too much money. But Gordon Hayward is on $31 million. His name is attached to $31 million this year. Terry Rozier, I think like $23 million. So that is $50 million, or a little bit over $50 million sitting on the bench. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So they're going to start, even if it's to what, like you said, to raise their value, to be put in the package. If they're on the bench, their value goes down. And no team is going to, for Gordon, it may be because he's an expiring contract. Somebody may take his contract and let him, ride into the sunset. But for Terry, Terry has to show, there has to be some value showed for Terry Rozier if they're gonna put him in the package, and that's not gonna happen. About 20 over $20 million sitting on the bench. That's not gonna happen. On several years on the deal. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's very interesting. Like I said, it's going to be a very interesting season. It's going to be a big week for the NBA. You got Media Day rolling out. Preseason basketball is approaching in days. Make sure you check out Chief Bartran. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports. It's going to be an epic season. Multiple different collaborations, so make sure you stay tuned and support all the channels. Peace and love to you all. We will be giving the Charlotte Hornets season preview as well, but we wanted to touch on what's going on with Kai Jones because it's paramount for LaMelo Ball and the Hornets. Peace and love.